Here we are. Oh my goodness, my Zoom was not working there for a hot second. What the heck? We're here. Thank you for your patience. Welcome to Exercise with Exos. I have a very fun workout planned for us today. We are going to be doing another themed workout. I know we all love it. And today we're going to do a little bit different in terms of timing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some AMRAPs here. And what that means is we're going to do as many rounds as possible. And we're going to do that for 5 minutes. We've got 3 different circuits for the day. So I'll start with the demos here. We are going to be spelling boo for every one of those AMRAPs. Like I said, spooky season, but we are not doing any burpees. So yes, I picked a B, but we are not doing burpees, so you're welcome. But the first thing we're going to do are Bulgarian split squats. And so what we're going to do is just like a normal split squat where one foot is in front, one foot is behind, but that back foot is going to be elevated. So if you have something that you can put your foot on just like this, great. If not, that's okay. You can just do them normally. But we want to make sure that our feet are not directly lined up. So we're going to move down into that split squat and back up, and then down and up. So if you don't have something to put your foot on, just do a normal split squat. So we're going to do 10 on each leg for that. And then for the first O, we're going to do an overhead lunge. So we're going to have our arms straight up in front of us, and then we're going to alternate stepping back. And then to the other side, we're going to do, again, 10 on each leg. And then lastly, we're going to have our arms straight up and do an overhead squat. So we're going to do 10 of those. So we're doing reps of 10 for everything. So we're going to do 10 on each leg, 10 on each leg lunges, 10 squats. And we're going to have 5 minutes to keep on going through that. So that's the first one. The second one, for the B, we're going to do a base pogo. So we're going to have our feet hip width apart. We're just going to jump here. So we're going to do 10 jumps. We have our knees slightly bent, hips are slightly back, 10 jumps just like this. And then we're going to go ahead and get onto our hands and toes for a plank. We're going to bring our knee to the opposite elbow here, 10 on each side. And then for the last O, we are going to do down dog overhead presses. So we're going to have on our hands and toes, butt to the ceiling, and bringing our head in between our hands. So that is going to be that. We're going to do 10 of those. So that's our second AMRAP. And then for the third one, we're going to do butterfly sit-ups. So we're going to have our feet together, knees out. We're going to tap above our head, come up, tap our toes, and back down. So that is going to be our butterfly sit-ups. And then we're going to do overhead side squats. We're going to do 10 of those. 10 side squats with our hands overhead, mini steps. So we're going to have our knees slightly bent. We're going to step out and back in. We're going to go 3 one way, 3 the other way. We're going to do that 5 times. And then the last thing, so we're going to do some bicycle crunches. But since it's an O and we're spelling B, we're just going to call it opposite elbow to knee, but we're on the ground. So we're going to have our hands at our temples, touching opposite elbow to each knee and alternating there. So, like I said, we're going to do each one of those. We're going to have 5 minutes per AMRAP. We're just going to go through each round until the time is up. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm up here. And we're going to start off on our hands and knees here. We're just going to do some quadruped rocking. So we're going to bring those knees a little bit wider than hip width. Keep that core nice and tight, back flat. We're going to inhale, rock back. And then we're going to exhale and squeeze those glutes and come back to center. So this is going to prepare our hips and our core for all of our squats and lunges we got coming up today. Keeping it in theme with fall, we are spelling boo for each AMRAP, which is as many rounds as possible. And we're going to go ahead and do 2 more rocks back. And wherever we're at, this next one is going to go ahead and be our last one. Awesome. All right, once we finish that, we're going to do some Plankton Pike, get our shoulders a little bit more warmed up. So on our hands and toes, we're going to exhale, hips to the ceiling, We can even pedal out those heels a little bit, stretch out the calves, get a little upper back stretch, and back down to plank, and push ourselves back up. Nice big deep breath at the top and back down. And last one here, pushing ourselves up. And let's go ahead and walk our hands towards our feet. And then we can squeeze those glutes, stand on up. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna have 5 minutes to complete as many rounds as we can. Starting off with our Bulgarian split squats, we're gonna have that foot elevated. If you don't have a place to put that back foot, we're doing regular split squats here. We got 5 minutes, so I'm gonna set my timer here for 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're gonna do 10 on each leg. So if you don't have something to put your back leg on, we're just gonna do regular split squat. I'm gonna put my foot up here. We're doing 10 on each side. And then after that, we're gonna do those overhead lunges and then our overhead squats. So that's our first AMRAP here. Making sure our knee is tracking right over that second toe. My chest is right above the arch of my front foot. And once we've done 10 on one leg, we're gonna go right to the other leg here. So same thing, 10 on this side. That knee is staying out over the second toe. All the weight is in my front foot right now. We're pushing off the ground with our whole foot, so heel, big toe, little toe, connecting with the ground. This is hurting my back foot. So when you drop something on the top of your foot, and then put it on the foot surface. All right, so we got our split squats first, and then after that we have overhead lunges. So keep those arms above head, stepping back. Again, we're doing 10 on each side. Same positioning as the split squats, chest staying over the front foot, whole foot pushing up the ground. Great job. You're already done with your 10 lunges. We are going to do 10 squats. And then we're going to start right back at the top with our split squats. Great job. So once we're done with the lunges, take a few seconds right into squats. So keeping those hands overhead, pushing the ground away from us with that whole foot. Going down as far as we can while we keep the same form. It's that word. So we're getting that pelvis tuck, core is tight. This is staying all nice and flat. Going down as low as we can while keeping that form. We're doing 10 of these. And then once we're done, we're going back to the top. We have our split squats first. So again, if you don't have anything to put your back foot on, we can just do regular split squats here. But again, making sure that knee is over that second toe. Going 10 on each side. Keep breathing. We're doing great. We're over halfway done. So just trying to go through as many rounds of this as we can. And then we'll get a little break for our transition into our next circuit. So we're going at our own pace here. So if you've already finished these, we're doing overhead reverse lunges. Keeping that core tight, back nice and flat. Great job. Totally lost count of how many we've done. All right, so we have those. And then overhead lunges, 10 on each leg. I don't know about y'all, but I'm already feeling the burn in my legs. Great job, keeping that chest over the arch of the front foot. We're doing 10 on each side. Now we're doing 10 overhead squats. Great job. If you're already done with your squats, we're doing more split squats. We got about 30 seconds to push ourselves through the last few reps. Try and push a little further, a little harder. Great job. We're almost there. We're doing 10 of everything today. Ready to go with your squats. One into those split squats. And time is up. I don't know if you guys can even hear my timer going off right now. All right. First AMRAP is done. Grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to go into our base pogos, our plank knee to opposite elbow, and then our down dog overhead presses. So getting ready, starting with our base pogos. We're doing 10 of everything. So going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we got our base pogos here. So we're doing 10 jumps. This is really more like a jump or on a base pogo. So we're doing 10 of those, and then we're on the ground, knee to opposite elbow on the plank. So coming across, 10 on each side. And going at our own pace for this, we still want to push ourselves. Keep breathing as we bring those knees up. Great job. When we're done with these, we have down dog overhead presses. I don't remember. It's going to take me a few rounds to remember. So for those, glutes to the ceiling. Bring your head in between our shoulders. Great job. We're doing 10 of these as well. And then when we're done with our 10 overhead presses, we're going back to the top. So we got 10 pogos or jumps. So knees are slightly bent, hips are pushed out, landing nice and soft, barely getting off the ground. Doing 10 of those. I think I just did more than 10. And then plank knee across to the opposite side. Exhaling as we come up. Great job. And then we have down dog overhead presses after this. My arms are already feeling it. Exhaling as we come up. Great job. You're already done. We got base pogos first. Try and get as many rounds of this as you can. And then we got one more after this. We're about halfway done. 10 base pogos, 10 on each side, plank knee to elbow, and 10 down dog overhead presses. Exhaling as we come out, keeping those shoulders above our hands. Great job. When we're done with those, we have 10 down dog overhead presses. 10 of everything today. Try not to rest as much during each, in between each movement. I want to push for the full 5 minutes without resting as much as we can. So we got minimal rest going, pretty fast transition times. Great job. So we have base pogos, plank knee to opposite elbow, and then down dog overhead presses. 10 of everything. Cross. Use that core to pull the knees in, not our legs. Exhaling helps us do that. Also bracing through the core. I don't know if that works for my shoulders or my core more. We got under a minute left of this AMRAP here. Down dog overhead presses. Now we have base pogos. We're pushing, finishing strong here. Try and get a few more reps of the movement you're on. You're almost at the end. Try and push through, finish the last round. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right, timer is going off. All right, we got one more to go. We're gonna do our butterfly sit-ups. I'm gonna get the fan going in here. We have butterfly sit-ups first, and then we have our overhead side steps, and then the bicycle crunches, or knee to opposite elbow on our backs is what we're gonna call it. All right, this is our last one. Then we're gonna cool down. We'll be able to go on with the rest of the day. So starting on the ground, butterfly sit-ups, feet together, knees out. 3, 2, 1, and go. So feet are together. We're on our backs. We're doing 10. So we're coming up, touching our feet back to the ground, and then coming up. Really using the core. Try to not use momentum. These always take me longer to do. So always try and move with intent. Trying to only use my core. Great job. 10 of everything. We got our side steps next. All right, so when we're done with those, we have 10 side steps coming up, arms overhead. So we're gonna have a slight bend in the knee. We're gonna go out, back. So baby steps here. We're not moving our upper body. We're doing 3 each direction, 5 times. Then we're gonna do our bicycle crunches after this. So make sure our feet do not go closer than hip width here. Great job. Then we got our bicycle crunches, 10 on each side. I want to make sure I don't hit anything with my legs. And then we're starting back at the top with our butterfly sit-ups when we're done. So feet are together. Tap the floor above your head. Exhale, up, touching the feet. So we're going from tapping overhead, tapping our feet. Exhaling as we come up. Really engaging the core. So if we want to act like an apple right here, we're going to crush the apple, or we're pretending like someone's going to punch us in the stomach. And if we're already done with these, we have our side steps next. Keeping those arms overhead. 3 each direction, 5 times through. And then we have our bicycle crunches. I know it's hard to remember the order of things, and that's okay. Great job. I know you guys are probably all done with this already. Like I said, these take me a little bit longer. I always want to do that correctly. So if you're already past the minivan side steps, we do have our bicycle crunches next. So baby steps out about 3 each direction, 5 times. So 1. Bicycle crunches, we're doing 10 on each side. Great job. Staying low here. Arms staying above head. Using those glutes, driving with the knee. And now we have 10 bicycle crunches. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. And then starting at the top with our butterfly sit-ups. Great job. 10 of everything except for the side steps. Got a minute to go here, so pushing. I know I just started this round, so I'm going to try and push myself to finish the whole round in this last minute. So really push, finish the round you're on, or at least finish the set of movements that you are on. My core is going to be sore tomorrow, especially since I got abs and core later to teach today. Great job. Minivan, or I keep finding the minivan side steps because usually that's how I do them, but we're doing overhead side steps. And then bicycle crunches next. Finishing strong here. Getting all those reps in. Less than 10 seconds. Drive with those knees. Finish those bicycle crunches. 3, 2, 1. All right. That is going to be our whole workout for the day. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead, get a sip of water if you need it. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way onto the ground for our cool down. So we're going to be on our hands and knees. And simple warm up. We're going to go ahead and have our on our hands and knees. We're just going to do that quad rocks with the adductor stretch here. So I'm going to take my right leg, stick it out to the side, keep that pinky toe on the ground. What we're going to do is we're going to inhale as we rock back, and then we're going to exhale, reach through. So my right leg is out. So my right arm is going to reach in between my left arm, left leg. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that a few times on each side. So we're going to inhale, rock back, and then exhale, reaching through, and then plant that hand and return to center. So inhale, rock back, exhale, reaching through, and back to center. 2 more here. Inhale, rock back, and exhale, reach through. And last one, inhale, rock back, and exhale, reaching through. Great job, everyone. Let's go ahead and do that same thing on the other side. So I started with my right leg. Now I'm going to move to my left leg. So keeping that arch of the foot in line with the knee, we're going to inhale, rock back, and exhale, reach through, and return to center. Keep that core tight. Inhale, rock back, and exhale, reach through, and return to center. And 2 more. Inhale, rock back, and exhale, reach through. And last one here. Inhale, rock back, and exhale, reach through. Awesome. Great job, y'all.
All right, we are going to end here with some pretzel stretch. We're going to stretch out our legs, get a little bit of rotation through the upper body here. So we're going to be on the ground on our sides here. If you need to grab a pillow or something to keep your head supported, feel free to grab that right now. But I'm on my left side here. I'm going to take my top leg up, over, and across my body. So that knee and ankle are already on the ground. My bottom hand is going to go onto that knee. With my top leg, I'm going to grab onto my foot or ankle here. And we are going to inhale to prepare. And we're going to exhale, opening up towards the ground. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths here. So nice big deep inhale. And then exhale, sighing away that tension. And last one, nice big deep inhale. And on or after our exhale, we can gently release out of that stretch. And we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So flipping over, same checklist here, top leg up, over and across, bottom arm on the knee, and then top hand grabs bottom leg, foot, or ankle. And then we're going to inhale to prepare, and on the exhale, opening up, bringing that top shoulder towards the ground. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths here, really relaxing with each exhale. And one more deep breath here. And on or after the exhale, we can gently release, return to our hands and knees, or you're more than welcome to stay on the ground. That is going to be all the time I have for today's class. So thank you so much for joining me. Great job, everyone. We do have a stretch break again today at 2:30 with me, so definitely join me for some good stretching after that class. And then also abs, core, and mobility tonight at 4:30 with me again. Lots of me today. And then right now we do have Jams with John if you want to check that out. And then we do have our Winter Warrior program going on right now, so you can sign up through the end of the week next week. So definitely don't wait, because spots are going to fill up fast. But thank you all for joining me. Nice job. And I'll see you at a different class or next week, because we have tomorrow off.
Thanks, Jazzi.